Hey, what's up guys? We're bursting through with the new best miner wall breakers deck in Clash Royale. Miner wall breakers has evolved to extreme speed with a 2.8 elixir cycle. And when you have a mighty miner on the field, you only have to cycle 3 cards to get back to a miner wall breakers or a firecracker, which will perplex opponents that are attempting to defend, because after they stop your stuff, you're already back to more. And as you overload your opponents with firecrackers, especially the evolution, you'll watch your positive elixir trades soar. Because there's no building that's an efficient answer to wall breakers, and opponents can't keep up with your cycle, they're forced to drop units on your wall breakers. The Toxic Evolved Firecracker deals upwards of 600 damage per shot, and you can protect her with your Mighty Miner Bomb, the Log, Bats, and Goblins, and it becomes an endless cycle of pain for your opponents. The Clash Royale World Champion Mohamed Light is destroying everyone at top ladder with this deck. It's time to put on a firework festival for our wall breakers, blast through every defense, and assert dominance. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected for all the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. So we're playing against someone that finished 597 in the world, and he's saying buff miner in his clan. Well, you know, you can buff miner by just ignoring our miner, man. If you really believe that, you will let my miner lock onto the tower. Okay, yeah. He's a patron of the cause. He cares about miners out here. Unfortunately for us, we are playing against someone with Royal Giant Evolution, most likely. There's a chance it's not going to be the Royal Giant Evolution, but we'll have to wait and see. He's going to have Electro Spirit. Maybe we're going to be okay here. I don't know. It looks like I have to log back the... yeah, I got to log back that RG so I don't take another hit straight to the face. Maybe we can go in for Miner plus Bats on the left-hand side because he doesn't have Electro Spirit. And a lot of times, if they don't have Electro Spirit and Cycle, they're going to have limited answers in their arsenal to the Mighty Miner and Bats. So I need to get a lot of damage here. Forcing out a Fireball feels fantastic, and it puts us in a pretty awesome position. All right, let's go for wall breakers. Can we pull back the Phoenix and force out a Log or a Barb Drill or something? Nice. So for 2 elixir, we're able to bait out 2 elixir from our opponent and counter his 4 elixir bird. Also, without him having the right card cycle, we might be able to go in for a Cheese Goblins plus Miner. Is he going to go Ghost? He's got to go Ghost. The Skeletons aren't going to cut it. He needs to drop more elixir, and I wonder if the Goblins can kill the Ghost. That's awesome. The Ghost is toast. That is going to be a lot of elixir down the drain because the guy even went in for an Electro Spirit too. So he spent his entire elixir bank there. All right, I'm going to go in for a Firecracker. I don't love doing this, but it is a necessity for me. I need to make sure that I don't take too much damage, so that's why we're dropping the Firecracker. We're also going to go in for probably, I don't know, Bats because no Electro Spirit again. I think it's well worth it for me. Maybe I can go for a Mighty Miner ability as well. Oh, the Mighty Miner is going to get out of the way of the Fireball, and we can click the Mighty Miner ability on the tower. No! It was right about to pop. Come on, man. You're ruthless. You're ruthless. You got to be joking, bro. We're literally after his name. That was awful for me. Anyway, we're going to go in for a Miner in the safe spot. He's probably going to go for a Ghost or something, so we can go for a Firecracker on that if we wanted. He goes in for Skeletons. I can also Firecracker. Is it worth it? This is 3 elixir, guys. How much damage am I going to get? I'm getting to the evolution quite quick, so I think it's worth. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. Okay, there's the evolution. So we got to go in for Goblins here, and then we're going to go Bomb Tower. Reason why we go Goblins is obvious. We don't want our Mighty Miner to get pulled and have us just lose the game instantly, but still not looking great. We're going to have to go in for a Log on the Electro Spirit. We might be able to make this happen if we're lucky. I don't know. Not looking good. Not looking very easy. And the guy is giving us the cheesy emote. All right, we're going to go in for wall breakers here with the Evolved Firecracker and see if we can go and cook the egg real quick. Log is coming down. I bet you he goes in for something on the Firecracker. Ooh, maybe we can go in for a Mighty Miner and protect it? I don't know. A little bit risky. Might work out. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to go Goblins and split them as well. Just try to protect that Firecracker at all costs. Because if she dies, I'm probably dead. We're going to go for a Log here, try to kill the Royal Ghost. We missed it. Feels bad, man. Wait, we're able to pave a pathway, and then we can go for Wall Breakers and then Firecracker. It might not be all that bad for us. If the Firecracker does get a hit, then we're okay. I'm fine with it if the Firecracker just slaps the tower for some nice damage. Solid stuff. All right, we can go in for probably a Bomb Tower here, go Goblins, and then go in for Bats, and then Log on top of the Electro Spirit that has to come down. So, can we hit it? Nope, we don't hit it. It's almost as if this guy was intelligent and realized that I was going to realize that. I don't appreciate that behavior, man. If that Phoenix locks out of my tower, I lose. So I got to go for wall breakers as well. Now I'm going to go in for Goblins on the Ghost. And I think we might be dead. We're playing against a top 500 player that is playing an extremely well played match into something that, you know, we don't like playing against because we don't have an Inferno Tower in our deck. We're going to go in for wall breakers here to pull back the Phoenix again. And we might be able to make something happen with our Bats. I don't know. I just got to keep spamming at this point and pray that we can make something happen with the Firecracker and Bats. Man, this is rough. If he starts to fireball cycle me, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Wait. The Mighty Miner, though? Mighty Miner's going to blast back the Fisherman, and we are able to get some nice damage. That's vibes. Here's the issue, though, guys. I have nothing to go and counter this RG. I'm going to have to go Bats and then pre-log the Electric Spirit again. It's never working, though. He's fireballing on the Bats. Now he's going to go in for an Electric Spirit at the river. We're going to go Goblins as well. Can we just kill that darn RG? Please. Okay, cool. We can go for a Miner on defense, and then we can follow up with a Firecracker afterward. It looks like we're not in a terrible spot anymore. We might be able to salvage the situation. Another Mighty Miner Bomb! It's like his Fisherman just wants him to lose the game. Yo, Fisherman, you did the opposite of what the opponent wanted, and the Fisherman caught our opponent in a galaxy-size L. But maybe it was a win for his clan because he did give the Mighty Miner absurd value. After wrecking Royal Giant, we're at 5,600 in the world. Yo, we're playing against someone that finished 237 in the world. Oh my gosh. Come on, Clash Royale. Stop leveling up all of our opponent's gameplay out here. Last time we played against 500. Now we're playing against top 200. Like, come on, Clash. What's going on here? We're going to go in for a Miner and Bats on the left-hand side. Try to get some nice damage. We're going to force out a Firecracker from our opponent. Wait, are we running the exact same matchup? Is that what Clash Royale is cooking right now with? All right, we can go for Mighty Miner, activate King Tower, and feel pretty good against that Firecracker. And not the worst thing in the world. However, I don't want the Firecracker to splash onto my tower, so I'm going to be going in for our Goblins here. I'm going to go for Bats afterward. Because we activated King Tower, we only take, like, I guess 120 damage or 180 damage. But I can't say the same against our homie, right? Because he's going to have to go Goblins here to finish off our Miner and our Mighty Miner. He's going to lose the Goblins, and the Miner is just going to go ham on the tower. That's a lot of value. Solid stuff. So we're currently beating a top 200 player, and we're in a surprisingly awesome start. I can go for a log depending on what happens. Okay, so if you didn't know, drop your bomb tower in this placement. If your opponent's going to end up having Hog Rider Earthquake, that is the best thing you can do. Even if they're going to go in for a Hog Rider and Earthquake, which is the equivalent of dropping 7 elixir, your 4 elixir bomb tower will shut it down. And we got a +1 trade against the Firecracker too. I think the Firecracker even shot my bomb tower there, and he still wasn't able to break through. So super solid stuff if you guys haven't already done that placement. That's the thing that you have to understand. If you drop your bomb tower 1 tile up, the second tower on the right won't be attacking the Hog Rider. And what happens is, if that happens, you're going to get a really bad interaction. We have to pre-miner on top of the Firecracker that is inevitably going to come down because we attract his card cycle. And I'm going to make sure that the Firecracker doesn't give him 600 damage each shot on my tower. So we make predictions because we don't like losing games against good players. I don't know if he's ready for this. Wait, is he just dead? My man's mental must have got shattered after that, right? If we click the Mighty Miner ability, we're going to be up another 500 damage. If you can make predictions on their Firecrackers, especially when they're evolved ones, that's how you're going to win these type of matches. I'm going to log on top of the Ice Spirit so I don't take any extra damage. And we're going to go in for Wall Breakers. Oh, those Wall Breakers are actually awful. I didn't expect him to spam Goblins at the river. But yeah, bet you he goes in for a Hog Rider soon. But what I was talking about is if you drop your bomb tower in the wrong spot, then both towers won't be shooting on top of the Hog Rider that's coming at you. And if that happens, you're going to lose the game because the Earthquake will break through your bomb tower too fast. And then obviously you're not going to be able to kill the Hog Rider. So definitely make sure that you're doing the placement that I did. I think I want to go in for Bats here. Just drop it in the middle, pretty far away from what he's going to be doing. Maybe I can go in for a Miner and a log to finish off his Firecracker. Interesting for him to do that again. Huh. All right, we're going to go for a bomb tower up high. He's still going to go in for the Earthquake. I was hopeful that he would miss the Firecracker, and he does. Wait, that's solid. Let's go. It wasn't even the optimal bomb tower placement, but I just didn't want him to be able to hit our Firecracker there, or maybe pressure him and miss it. Okay, he's going to go for a high bomb tower as well. Interesting. I guess he doesn't want to have any splash damage on the Firecracker. Maybe we can get a Miner down in front so our Firecracker wins? Please let my Firecracker win. Well, I guess that was a dream and a meme, and it didn't work out in reality. I'm going to go Goblins to make him drop the ability a little bit faster, hopefully. Oh, he lost it before the ability could go down and finish off my Firecracker. That's huge value. He's got an Earthquake, so I want to go in for a Mighty Miner here. I want to go in for Firecracker, and then I also want to drop my Miner. The Miner placement was off. I think the King Tower will end up hitting it, so that was a little bit of a mess up. It's all good, though. We can still vibe with it. Wait, is our Firecracker going to splash onto his? No, it didn't work. Nothing worked there. That's awful. I guess we kind of want to go in for a log and then go in for a bomb tower and hope the Hog Rider doesn't get pushed. Solid stuff for us. We can go for Goblins. We know he's going to expect us to go in for Goblins, but I don't think the Hog Rider is going to get a hit. Nice! Even the Goblins were able to assassinate the Firecracker. So even though the Firecracker gets a buff, her brain didn't get evolved. She's still slow, and she still doesn't hit things as fast as she should be. So solid stuff. Again, we're going to go in for another log, and I wonder if our Firecracker wins or loses. Oh, we both lose. We're both losers out here. I'm going to go Bats and make him click the ability a little bit earlier. We'll see if he decides to do it. If he goes in for a Hog Rider, we're going to go Goblins, and we've got to pull the Mighty Miner with our Goblins so we don't end up losing. I'm going to go in for another Firecracker at the river, and as you guys can see, the Hog Rider never breaks through. If you play it correctly with the right bomb tower placements, even if the Hogrider Earthquake typically is able to counter Miner Control, it doesn't counter this deck near as hard. Bomb Tower keeps you safe so you can secure the win even against top 200 players with the Firecracker evolution. And we've tunneled our way up to 4,900 in the world. Yo, this guy's got multiple princesses in his banner. Let's get it. So we're gonna go for goblins here, and I should have dropped wall breakers. I guess I was just too eager to get into the game. Wait, never mind. This is actually good because the goblin probably... Oh, I thought the goblin was looking like it was going to get hit on the tower. We can one-tap the princess. One Punch Man! Firecracker putting in the work. Well, One Punch Woman, I guess. What's going to happen here? Do we want to go in for a Mighty Miner? It looks like we're probably playing against Logbait, which is an interesting matchup that I have not matched into in a minute. The guy's going to have arrows, obviously, for Firecrackers. The bane of our existence. Our Firecracker wants to give value, but you have arrows in your deck. I'm not going to click the ability of the Mighty Miner because I want the wall breaker to connect to the tower. And if I did that, then obviously the tower would target off of the Mighty Miner and go and target the wall breaker, and then I probably wouldn't have gotten any of that damage. But I think that was a smart decision, and I conserved elixir too. I was an extreme cheapskate, and I got extreme damage. All right, we can go in for a Firecracker in the back right, and he's going to go Princess again. So I'm wondering if there's a chance that I can go for Miner plus Bats, log the Princess, and feel comfortable about my decision. I need this to work, and I want to feel good. Yo, no way! Look at that! The Firecracker's still going to lock onto the tower too, right? Let's go! And we force out even more elixir too. It makes me so happy to see that. Our opponent's not going to go for a Goblin Barrel either, because obviously he wants the cannon cart to give him extra value, but he's not able to get that. They can go for wall breakers and pile on the pressure. Maybe he's going to forget that I dropped my log. Because if he forgets that I dropped the log, then he doesn't go for the Goblin Barrel. I cycle back to another log. That'd be huge. Okay, so I could cycle Firecracker in the back to abuse the evolution, and then I could log on top of the Goblin Barrel. So I'm totally chilling in this situation. I guess I'm going to go in for the Firecracker in the back because the Fireball is also out of cycle. So if he can't Fireball my weaker tower, I'm okay dropping it behind my tower. It's fine. It's a vibe. Oh, wow. That is extremely aggressive. That is unheard of. He got fed up with my Firecracker, and he's like, let me feed you elixir then. Oh, this is so toxic. The Firecracker is doing 600 damage a hit to the tower. That might even kill the entire bandit. It was super close to. No, it did. The bandit's dead. He's just so annoyed. Look at the emote. He's rolling his eyes as we're rolling his towers. And we're just going to continue rolling through with Bats, going in for a Miner here as well, because I'm pretty confident that we're going to force out arrows. The Firecracker is going to splash onto his tower through the cannon cart. From the Firecracker on the other side, it still ended up hitting it. I bet he goes Goblin Barrel. Let's make a prediction with Goblins to make him even more tilted. If he doesn't, we can go for Bats here on top of the Goblin Barrel that inevitably is going to come down on the other side. And we are not going to take that much damage. We've been having a playground of value in this game. We've been messing with this man, and he's all messed up, fireballing our King Tower in absolute agony. And that's why I love this deck. If your opponent isn't ever able to do anything besides fireballing your King Tower, then that's a good win. That's the type of game that I want to play. Pure fun for us and absolute misery for him. An unbelievable agony for every opponent. And we've popped our way up to 3,700 in the world. Yo, we got a game against someone with Lovehound and Inferno Dragon in the banner. So you guys know the deal. We're kind of waiting to see what he's going to do. If he doesn't want to do anything, we can go for wall breakers. It's good to be aggressive with this deck, especially if your opponent's just waiting forever. And right out of the jump, we see a Lovehound in the back. So wasn't really a surprise after seeing a level 7 mastery of the Lovehound for our opponent. I do want to go in for Goblins and Miner here on the right-hand side because maybe we can get the arrows out of him. If he's got Snowball or Zap, it can't finish off the Goblins, so it'd be nice to force out more Elixir. Whereas if you go in for Bats, they're probably just going to force out, like, the Zap, and then, you know, you're not going to get anything else other than that. I'm going to go and try to blast things back, then I'm going to go in for Bats, and then I'm going to try to get another Firecracker on the field. And I believe that the Firecracker is going to save my butt. I don't know. No, it didn't pop him what we needed it to. Sometimes the Firecracker initial shot will go and pop directly on top of all the lava pups, and it will be a spontaneous discharge of value for you, but didn't work out the way we wanted. I'm going to go in for a Miner to tank for the Firecracker so we can get some extra value, and the main reason why this deck is going to end up having a little bit more success than the Hogrider deck is because you got Bats. You got Bats and Firecracker instead of just having Firecracker in your deck. So we're going to be able to get away with Goblins. I can also go for Bats here on top of the Inferno Dragon. Even if he zaps, it's not going to be very smart because the Goblins would tank, so he's not going to be doing any bad plays out here. Smart decision from our opponent. He's probably going to have to go for Barbs again because we just dropped our Mighty Miner. All right, yeah, you know what? Let's go click the Mighty Miner ability, make sure the Barbs don't charge up too much stuff, and we're already back to a Firecracker evolution. This is where this deck starts to get dangerous for our opponent. The Barbs will die. We can go and pull back the other Barbs on the right-hand side with our Wall Breakers, and I'm wondering if he's going to go Lovehound in the back like he should. probably going to, but the barbs are out of cycle, so it's not like he's going to be able to defend the spam in the right-hand side with goblins unless he goes in for arrows, which he doesn't want to do. So we're going to go in for our firecracker, miner goblins, and then we'll see if he decides to go in for like a miner on top of the firecracker or something. We have our mighty miner ready. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Those skeleton dragons are not going to be able to hit the goblins in time, just because the range of the skeleton dragon splash damage is not there. Okay, we can go in for a bomb tower here, and that's probably going to be able to pull the skeleton dragons as well. I don't know if I want to, but I'm doing it anyway. We're going to go in for the mighty miner just to be able to finish off the rest of his stuff. Even if he goes in for a zap, that's not going to be enough. That means that he's going to lose the lava hound, and we know for a fact he's going to lose the right-hand tower. So I can go in for a miner here just with the firecracker, and that should be more than enough to finish it off. I think he's going to have to respond to the miner, and then, yo, he's not responding to the miner. Okay, he's going to lose 5 elixir to like a half-health firecracker. That's awesome for us. One more hit, one more hit. No! Wait, yo, this game's trolling me a little bit. We had to go for wall breakers, not necessarily a vibe. We're going to get miner down here, going for goblins. He's not going to be back to his barbs and cycles, so we should be able to continuously spam stuff at the river. In fact, I'm going to go in for a firecracker, click the mighty miner ability, probably blast those to bits, and then go in for bats on top of the inferno dragon. I think the firecracker knocks itself away, so the inferno dragon has to reset on top of the bats. Then we can go in for probably goblins. Miner should lock on a tower, and I think I walk with a win with just a log. So despite our opponent having a lava hound deck with the evolved barbarians, it's not enough to stop this deck. You destroy everything in the air and on the ground because you got 2 anti-air answers. When you're running the bomb tower firecracker hog rider cycle deck, this matchup gets super sketchy. But miner firecracker gives us comfortable wins where we were up thousands of tower damage. And our fast cycle firecracker spam has carried us to top 2,800 in the world. So we got a game against Akashi, who has a graveyard banner. So I'm definitely gonna go for wall breakers right out of the start, try to split him up and see what he's up to. Would love to play against graveyard because it's not a deck I've played against in a while. Everyone's been running Royal Giant, Hog Rider, or Lava Hound, so it's nice to have a little bit of variety out here. I'm going to go in for our goblins because he doesn't have Barb Barrel and cycle, so it's going to be harder for him to finish that off. Then I'm going to immediately cycle my Firecracker so we can start to work on that evolution. And I actually think dropping this ability on the other side is decent. Maybe you can put in some work against the Skeleton King. Literally nothing. Literally next to nothing. We did get 500 damage to the left-hand side, so I think it was beneficial because I wouldn't have gotten anything in the left-hand side if I hadn't done that. All right, we're going to go for wall breakers in the right. I really thought he would try to activate King Tower with that. I thought he would with the Firecracker. It just doesn't make sense for him to let that go. That was interesting. So we know he's going to have Tornado Graveyard. That is a fact of life at this point. I do want to go opposite lane of our opponent, so I'm just going to go in the right-hand side and not go in the same side where he's going to go for his Ice Wizard. However, we can maybe make some plays here. Like, what if I go for a Firecracker on top of the Ice Wizard and I get more damage? This is worth it. Wait, dude, you're cycling a Skeleton King into that? No shot. Because the Firecracker is going to stay alive and force out the Tornado then. I could log. I'm going to kill the Ice Wizard. I don't know if that's smart at all. I feel like it was really dumb. Does my Mighty Miner win? Okay, that's a W for me. I'll take that. It was fine. Should have waited because I reset the Mighty Miner with my log. Not necessarily the smartest decision in my life, but it worked out. All right, so we can go in for bats here. We can also go in for maybe like a miner in the back because I think he used Tornado, right? So if he doesn't have Tornado in cycle, it's going to be exponentially more difficult for him to defend this. Because imagine trying to defend against bats, and you don't have Tornado, and you don't have Phoenix, and you don't have Ice Wizard. What are you going to do? Poison? Oh, we got back to Ice Wizard. Aw, dang it. I was really hopeful we wouldn't be back to that. All right, you know what? We can go in for probably a Mighty Miner here. Unfortunately, the poison is going to come down on my Firecracker Evolution. It's all good. We're going to go for the Mighty Miner so we can start to adjust with our 3-card cycle. And since he's gotten a little bit of tad bit of damage on the left-hand side, we do want to go opposite lane of him, but not giving me the opportunity to get what we want. You know what? Wait, this is decent. It's going to go Skeleton King as well. I'm going to dip out of that one, Chief. I'm not going into a Skeleton King boy. We're going to go on the other side, protect our Firecracker a little bit more, and have the Mighty Miner lock onto the tower potentially. If that gets damage, that's huge. Okay, that was only like 50 damage. I was expecting way more. The Ice Wizard slow makes all the interactions a bit different. So we're going to immediately go in for wall breakers. He's going to poison. That's fine. We have to go for a log on top of the Ice Wizard and then also the skeletons that are going to start to accumulate. Otherwise, I'm going to take way too much damage. Yo, Firecracker, can you shoot? Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's solid stuff. We can go in for a Mighty Miner here and also go in for a Miner on the left-hand side, going for bats. I'm wondering if I'm going to win this. I think that the bats are eventually going to give us an opportunity because he's going to have to cycle stuff in front that we can go in for the Firecracker on. And we can go in for goblins too. Please, Firecracker, just don't die. Just keep giving us the value. Keep giving us the juice. We're not getting that much damage right now. That Miner is the only thing that we're making the magic work with. I'm going to go in for a log as well to be able to finish that off. The bats are going to be able to combust the rest of the Skeleton King. And the firecracker doesn't shoot far enough. If only she could evolve that one time. All right, when I go for goblins, I definitely do want to go for miners in the back since they're slightly less predictable. And we can draw his units back a little bit further so then we can get more value with the firecracker for an extended period of time. We're going to go in for a log here. I just want the firecracker to target the tower. I have simple needs. Okay, because it's obvious that the firecracker is not going to be able to keep our entire defense solid. We have to go in for a bomb tower here. Then I'm going to switch up my miner placement again. And then I think I need to go in for bats and then go in for a log on defense. As bad as this seems, the log is the only play that I had available that would make sense. If he drops anything in front, I'm firecrackering. You know what? Maybe I can force him to drop something in front. I'm going to go mighty miner. Oh, well, that's good for me. Awesome. I appreciate that. I'm going to go and drop our miner in a different spot than he's not used to. Then I'm going to go bats. And I think I walk with a W because this log should do enough damage with one more miner hit. GG, you are going to get shoveled to a different dimension. Even against Graveyard, despite not having poison and really only having some bait cards like goblins and bats, as long as you keep up the pressure, they can never successfully go in for their poison. Because if they go in for the poison on the bats or goblins, they're going to have nothing to deal with the evolved firecracker. Poison is the only card in their deck that can clean up the firecracker. It's hilarious if they try to finish her off with the Skeleton King or Tornado, because the firecracker just keeps getting knocked back and then whacks a whole bunch of damage on their tower. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest for your day.